Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So a strange conversation is brewing in the Hispanic community. So apparently some Hispanics genuinely believe that Black Americans are illegal immigrants. You heard that right. And suddenly the way they voted is starting to make a lot of sense for me. I kept wondering like why so many Latinos would vote in a way that would hurt their own community. But now I get it. If they actually think Black Americans are the ones who need to be deported, then their voting choices kind of reveal that mindset. I have collected some clips for you, the Black community responding to this nonsense. Okay, the Black community has responded. So it's the Hispanic guy who's just like exposing his own community over this. And the response that clip got, it's not just the clip. A lot of Black content creators are getting this nonsense in their comment section. Like a lot of Hispanic people going after them in the comment section, telling them that they are illegal immigrants in the U.S. Like they need to be deported as well. I am running out of breath talking about this. Check these clips out. I'll come back at the end of this video to give my own 2 cents. Let's watch this.
Y'all know when Latinos and Hispanics be like Black Americans are next? They really thought that Black Americans are immigrants, and that explains why they voted the way they voted. They try to get us up out of here. But I gotta say to the Latino community, not only did your ESL classes, but the American educational system failed you tremendously, because Black Americans are not immigrants and we're not going anywhere. And this is how ill-informed they are. They really think because they're in the middle between Black and white that they're white adjacent, when that's far from the truth. It's only 3 categories that's broken down in this country. You have white Americans, you have non-whites, and you have Black Americans. The people in the middle, y'all just extras in this movie. The main characters are the white Americans and the Black Americans, and sometimes the Native Americans make a guest appearance. This country spent too much money, trillions of dollars, in painting Black people as the bad guys. That's the default, to even get rid of Black Americans, as sad as that may sound. And you know who's catching on quick, who's learning the game real quick? Africans and Caribbeans. That's why they're cosplaying as Black Americans. They're not cosplaying as Black Americans to trick us Black Americans. They're doing it to trick white Americans because they don't want to be deported.
You hate the truth. I see. As far as illegal, you're illegal. The colonizers brought your ancestors here in boats. Don't think that just because you were born here that means you're native. Grow up and say something. First of all, I'm not illegal. I'm not illegal. And you are big butt hurt mad that I'm not illegal. You don't know me, bitch. And I'm calling you a bitch because you got me fucked up. You keep posting me and adding me with the same funky ass videos from different angles showing a few Black people out there. The majority, the collective of people that's rioting and looting are Latinos. Point blank period. This is not to say that there are not some Black people out there. The collective of us are at home drinking our goddamn coffee and tea, minding our business, going to work and doing something productive. At the end of the day, I am not illegal, and you are fucking mad that I am not an immigrant. Black Americans, foundational Black Americans that were born in America with American grandparents, American great-grandparents, and so on and so forth, we are not illegal immigrants. We've been here since the inception of this country. We are written into the Constitution. Do some fucking research. Stop worrying about Black people and what the fuck we got going on. You got bigger fish to fry. Enough is enough. The anti-Blackness just reeks and jumps out. You want to call me an immigrant because you're talking about some straight out of Africa theory, which is a theory. A lot of Black people were already here before the so-called transatlantic slave trade. Read a fucking book and leave me alone. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Y'all act like this is a human rights issue. Well, you got to keep saying that this is not a human rights issue. This is not a civil rights issue. This is about legalization of people that want to migrate into this country. I cannot go to Mexico and just stay there and get benefits and get a job and be a part of the economy without citizenship. I can't go to Japan and do that. I cannot go to Switzerland and do that. I cannot go to China and do that. I cannot go to Canada and do that. You have to be legal. Now, could there be more humane ways to do things? Absolutely. However, this is not a civil unrest, what do y'all want Black people to do? What do you want me to do? What could I say? Come in the country the legal way. Is that what you want me to say? Because that's going to sound insensitive, even though that's the truth. Get your paperwork. Get your documents in order. That's the only thing I could do. What the fuck? What do you want? You want to use me as a scapegoat, which is what y'all are doing. That's why you keep saying black people are out there looting and rioting, and you want me to potentially get unalive. The sheriff in Florida said that he's literally they killing people. I'm not going to suggest that people that myself or people that look like me risk their lives. I'm not going to suggest that. So if that's what you want, I don't know what to tell you. May the odds be in your favor. Welcome to the show. This has been our lived experience, and it's been way worse than what you all are experiencing right now. They're literally just saying, hey, you know, if you're not here legally, just go back home. Y'all say y'all's country is so beautiful, y'all waving y'all's flags. Why not go home and make it beautiful, make it all that it could be, build it up? Didn't y'all just have black fatigue? Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm not your problem. I'm not your issue. Y'all keep trying to make an issue with us. We're not the issue. I don't have no power to deport you. So you are channeling your energy in the wrong space. I'm not an immigrant. Leave me alone.
Hold on. Y'all have been thinking that black Americans are immigrants? How did you guys come to that conclusion that black Americans are immigrants in this country? But look, I'm not trying to sound like a bitch, but anytime I visit a new country, or when I was planning to move to a new country, I would research that country's history. Where did y'all get that black Americans are immigrants? Do y'all research? Do you all read? Reading is fundamental. I've been dying to visit Brazil for years, and I've been researching Brazil's history for years. Honestly, this doesn't make any sense to me. And look, I'm not coming after your comment. I'm just, And also, please stop comparing what happened during American slavery, Jim Crow, and civil rights era to what's currently going on right now.
Yes. So here's more into why I think that they didn't know that black Americans weren't immigrants. Because now they're switching over to, well, it makes sense for black Americans to be out there protesting because y'all are full-fledged citizens. Y'all can't be deported, right? So I was like, yo, did y'all know that we were full-fledged American citizens that couldn't be deported when y'all came to our country and was treating us like shit? All these various different immigrant groups literally came here and treated us like dog shit. We're racist to us. We're anti-black to us. We're anti-black American to us. Stereotyping us. Just discriminating against us. Talking down on us. All of that shit. So why the fuck would we go out there? Why would we want you to stay in our home when you came in our home and pissed on us? Pissed and spit on us. What sense does that make? So I feel like they're pivoting now that they know we actually, in fact, indeed are full-fledged Americans. But why would we want to keep you here, of all people? Why would we want to keep people who came to our country and treated us like dirt? You was kissing the white Americans' ass because you knew they were Americans. You was spitting and pissing on us because y'all didn't know we were Americans too. There it is.
What do you mean y'all thought we were immigrants? Y'all thought black people, black Americans, African Americans, blacks, us, were immigrants. The hardest lessons, clearly, it's going to take me a long time to learn and figure out is that other people just don't know what I know. I assume that a lot of people know what I know. That's why y'all keep saying that, huh? That makes sense, I guess. That we're next. Y'all think, what? How do y'all not know how long we've been a part of this country? Black people fought in the crispest attics. Did everybody not, at my little church, every Black History Month, there was this huge thing. I'll never forget when I came to my grandma's house. It was a huge package, and it was all of these cards. They were ABC cards, but on every card, letter of the alphabet, and an important person from Black history. And that was what we did all February at Sunday school. Like, we learned those cards. We would have to, and then we'd line up at like the Black History program, and we'd have to read them out loud. So I guess I just assumed, oh my God.
Y'all, somebody gonna say, first, we the pettiest motherfuckers on the planet. We the pettiest motherfuckers on the planet, y'all, and we going to hell. But let me tell y'all why we going. So to try to get Black Americans into shit, y'all, they gonna talk about some damn, there's Black people who are being deported too. There are Black people who are immigrants too. Why the fuck they in the comments talking about some, was it the Black people who said we had no culture? Was it the black people who said that black Americans don't know where we come from? Was it the black people who said that they're doing better than black Americans in America because black Americans are lazy and ghetto and this and that, etc., etc.? Somebody gonna talk about some. Was it the black people that we had to fight with over Juneteenth because we had to try to tell them that it's a holiday for black American people, not these other people? Somebody was like, maybe it was the black people that tell us that we're not invited to their flag days and independence days and parades and shit. Somebody was like, was it the black people that tell their kids not to hang out with black Americans or not to have anything to do with black Americans, to stay away from black Americans? Was it those black people? Somebody said, no. It wasn't no black people. It was the black people that hopped in those gender wars and said that black American women are trash and black American women ain't shit and they're so much better than black American women because they're traditional and submissive. It had to have been those black people. Was it the black people who were like accosted by the police and they said, I'm this. Don't shoot me. Go kill a black American. Was it those black people? It could have been the black people that was making fun of black people for slavery. Was it the black people that were calling us slave babies and shit? Was it those black people? So I was like, no. I think it was the black people who were making fun of us for police brutality and being unalive by the police. I think it was those black people. Could have been the black people who was making fun of us, saying that we don't speak any other language. We only speak English. That's the only language that we speak. We don't speak any other language at all, because we don't know where we come from and we didn't retain any African culture at all. It was those black people. Or was it the black people that throw black American people under the bus to curry favor with the white American people? Was it those black people? I was like, look, I think it was those black people. If it was those black people, then yeah, we remain at rest.
Now people are saying that Latinos didn't know that black Americans are not immigrants. Child, I just don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say to that. It makes sense though, because the narrative that I've always heard about, why don't black Americans have the same drive or take initiative, or the narrative that we're lazy, even though we worked here for free. Like, didn't you know that? Didn't you know that our ancestors worked for free for hundreds of years? Like, I thought that was common knowledge, but I guess it's not. Like, this is really bad. If this is the case, why do you even need to take away critical race theory? People don't know it now. Might as well leave it in place. They don't know it right now. They don't even know the history of black people in America. I just don't even know what to say at this point. It's way worse than I thought it was. But I do feel like Paul Mooney, that people are getting their Negro wake-up call, but in Spanish. They Latin wake-up call, they Hispanic wake-up call, because they learn it now.
I don't know if it's just me, but I am not a black immigrant. My parents were not immigrants. My grandparents were not immigrants. We are natives to this land, and not just Native Americans. Some of us do have that blood, though, but I'm talking about my black side, my ancestors' side, who unfortunately were brought here on slave ships, unwillingly, mind you, who worked the fields day and night. We are not immigrants, and I don't even like the word minority. We are American through and through. So when the next person comes and says, oh, Trump is going to ship you back. Back where? I always say back where? To Pennsylvania. I live in North Carolina. I was born in North Carolina now. But back where? Where can he ship me back to? A person made of the world I'm talking about. I am so American. I'm made of 16 different ethnicities. That can only happen here in this soil. European blood, Native American blood, African blood, Asian blood, all runs through these veins like a melting pot. I wouldn't be who I am today without all that. I am American born, American made, and I will remain that. And I'm proud to be American because I'm proud to be who God made me to be, where he made me to be. It's never going to stop. I don't care what political comment that you guys have or climate that we're in. I'm never going to hate where God put me.
South America. It is kind of jacked up to find out that, you know, people around the globe thought that African Americans were immigrants. That's pretty jacked up. Like, all this time y'all thought we were immigrants? I don't understand even why people would think that, because here you have the whole Caribbean, the whole South America, and then we have North America right here. And you would think that, okay, yeah, I mean, everybody else is cool. You know what I'm saying? Jamaicans are Jamaicans, you know, Haitians are Haitians, you know what I'm saying? Why on earth would people think that we are immigrants when we got over here before the founding of the country? Why in the world would people think that we're immigrants? African Americans, I mean. Okay? That is so weird. Like, and to see how it actually affected how they voted. I mean,
So let's break this down clean and clearly. So some Hispanics genuinely believe that Black Americans are illegal immigrants. Black Americans, the very people whose ancestors were dragged in chains through the transatlantic slave trade, are supposedly illegal in a country they unwillingly helped to build. But here's what makes this even wilder, and I hope they hear this loud and clear. Not every Black American came from Africa during the slave trade. Nope. There is historical evidence from scholars online, you know, historians, even some old maps and cultural records showing that Black people were already on the US soil before Christopher Columbus ever got lost and stumbled upon those shores. That's right. Black presence in the Americas didn't start with slavery. There were indigenous people there before the ships, before the chains, before 1492. They were living there, thriving there, long before any European touched that soil. So not only is it forced to call Black Americans illegal, it's insulting on a whole different level, because some of the very first people to ever walk these lands, you know, the US lands, were Black folks, and those bloodlines are still there, mixed in, living, surviving as part of the Black American experience today. So tell me, how do you deport the original people of the land? Where exactly would you send them? To Africa? When some of their ancestors never left this continent to begin with? Again, somebody please make that make sense. And let's not forget, even for those Black Americans whose ancestors did arrive through the transatlantic slave trade, the sheer irony here is, you know, is hard to ignore. Forced to come there, chained, tortured, made to build the nation's wealth from nothing. And now, hundreds and hundreds of years later, some folks want to call them illegal. The nerve, the ignorance, it's mind-blowing. But maybe this explains why certain people voted the way they did. Maybe this bizarre belief, this twisted historical myth, is the reason they felt justified in voting for policies that hurt not just the Black Americans, but their own community too. Because guess what? The system they voted to protect is now coming for their cousins, their uncles, their undocumented family members, the very same people they thought they were helping by aligning against Black folks. Crazy, right? But not that crazy. Maybe, just maybe, some of those Latina creators we saw are starting to feel the heat now. I'm talking about the ones I've made in previous videos. Maybe that's why they are backtracking, apologizing, and asking for unity, because they realize that the beast they fed is now turning its hungry eyes on them too. But here's the truth: they need to sit with the truth. They need to sit with. Unity can't be bought at the last minute. It can't be begged for when the walls are closing in. You can't play both sides, pitting on the Black community for likes and shares, then crying out for solidarity when things get rough. Because Black Americans, they've been there, you know. We've been here, okay? We are home. We are home. Whether by ancient indigenous roots or stolen African bloodlines, these lands hold the bones, the sweat, the tears, and the dreams of Black people. No comment section is big enough on TikTok to erase that history. No election box can undo it. No stereotype can touch it. This is the part that stings for those trying to rewrite the story. Black Americans are the most American people walking these streets. There is no American without Black people. Point blank, period. And for those Hispanic folks clinging to the idea that siding with anti-Black policies will somehow save them, well, think again. Look at the deportation rates. Look at the ICE rates. Look at the laws being passed. You voted for the same system that's tearing into your own community. The system doesn't care what language you speak at home. When they come for everybody. The sad truth is if the Black and Hispanic communities actually stood together. Let me speak on the side of the Hispanics, because Black folks have always been willing to work with you guys, but you don't want. The anti-Blackness, the hate you have towards Black people will not leave you alone. The country would be forced to listen if only you people allowed yourselves to unite with Black folks. You've created this enmity. Now look at where we are. Okay, so if only at all you had given a chance to unite with Black folks, this country would be forced to listen, forced to change. The power of those two communities unified would shake the system to its core. But no, here we are, divided thanks to you guys, distrusting thanks to you guys, feeding into the very machine that keeps keeps Black folks angry, keeps Black folks fighting for scrap. Who wins when we are at each other's throat? The same people who've been winning for hundreds of years, and I don't even need to mention them because you know them. So what happens next? I honestly don't know. I just don't know this. Black Americans are not immigrants. They are not visitors. They are not outsiders. You look at me, look at a Black American. We are two totally different people. Okay, we are, I don't know. I don't know if you can tell the difference. Look at an African woman. Look at a Black American woman. Look at an African man. There's a massive difference. If at all they resemble, it means maybe that Black American is one of those who has come from the ancestry of someone who was imported as a slave. Okay, so I hope that helps. So the next time you hear someone Hispanic or not call a Black American illegal, check them. Set the record straight. Tell them off. Tell them about the indigenous Black presence before Columbus. Tell them about the stolen Africans whose unpaid labor built everything they see around. Tell them that the land owes them, not the other way around. And to those who thought their vote would protect them by hating Black folks, just wait. The system you fed is still hungry. And guess who's next on the menu? Definitely not Black Americans. Please drop your let me just get out of this mind today. Please drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. By the way, my acne is healing. Very soon I'm gonna start showing my face like in real time. Okay, not these recorded clips, because okay, my face was bad, but we are healing, guys, and very soon I'll be coming. I'll see you in my next video. Please stay peaceful.